Today we're going to build travel Spanish you can actually use. Imagine you arrive in a new city, maybe a little sleepy, maybe holding a coffee, maybe pretending you totally know where you're going. This lesson will help you ask for directions, talk about transportation, and move from point A to point B without that classic lost tourist face. Our big idea is simple. A small group of verbs and travel phrases does a lot of the work. If you learn ir, to go, llegar, to arrive, tomar, to take, as in take a bus or train, and buscar or encontrar, to look for or find, you can say a lot. Let's start with ir, to go. In the present, the most useful forms are voy, I go or I'm going, vas, you go, va, goes, and vamos, we go. You'll hear this everywhere. Voy al hotel means I'm going to the hotel. Voy a la estación means I'm going to the station. Tiny trick here. A plus L becomes al. So not voy al aeropuerto, but voy al aeropuerto. Spanish likes to make life smoother. How do you say I'm going to the airport in Spanish? Voy al aeropuerto. Voy al aeropuerto. Good. Aeropuerto is airport. Very useful, especially when your suitcase has decided to become emotionally independent. Now, let's add places. La estación de tren is the train station. La estación de autobuses is the bus station. El hotel, the hotel. El centro, downtown or the center. El museo, the museum. La calle, the street. La plaza, the square. El banco, the bank. La parada de autobús, the bus stop. How do you say, where is the train station in Spanish? ¿Dónde está la estación de tren? ¿Dónde está la estación de tren? Perfect. ¿Dónde está means where is. You can use it with almost any place. ¿Dónde está el hotel? Where is the hotel? ¿Dónde está la parada de autobús? Where is the bus stop? A super practical memory tip. If you can remember just 3 chunks, you can survive a lot. Chunk 1, ¿Dónde está? Where is? Chunk 2, voy a, I'm going to. Chunk 3, necesito, I need. Let's use necesito. Necesito un billete means I need a ticket. In some places, you may also hear boleto or pasaje. But billete is a very common and useful word, so let's keep that one. Necesito un billete a Madrid means I need a ticket to Madrid. How do you say I need a ticket to Madrid in Spanish? Necesito un billete a Madrid. Necesito un billete a Madrid. Nice. Notice that a here means to, not at. A Madrid, to Madrid. Spanish uses a in lots of travel situations. Now let's talk about transportation. El autobús, the bus. El tren, the train. El metro, the subway. Un taxi, a taxi. You can say tomo el autobús, I take the bus, or voy en autobús, I go by bus. Both are useful. Tomo focuses on taking it. Voy en focuses on the means of transport. Quick pattern. Voy en taxi, voy en tren, voy en metro. But voy a pie means I go on foot. Not en pie here. A pie is the fixed phrase. It's one of those travel expressions worth memorizing as a whole. How do you say can I go on foot in Spanish? ¿Puedo ir a pie? Puedo ir a pie? Great. Puedo means can I? Very handy. ¿Puedo tomar un taxi? Can I take a taxi? ¿Puedo ir en metro? Can I go by subway? Now another key verb, llegar, to arrive. Llego means I arrive or I'm arriving. ¿Cuándo llegas? Means when do you arrive. If you're planning travel, times come up naturally. Llego a las 8. I arrive at 8. Salgo a las 9. I leave at 9. Here's a small useful pair. Llegar is arrive, salir is leave. They're travel best friends. How do you say, what time does the bus leave in Spanish? ¿A qué hora sale el autobús? ¿A qué hora sale el autobús? Excellent. ¿A qué hora means at what time. You can use it everywhere. ¿A qué hora sale el tren? What time does the train leave? ¿A qué hora llega? What time does it arrive? Little side note, Spanish often uses the present tense for scheduled future events. So sale mañana a las 7 literally means it leaves tomorrow at 7, and that sounds completely natural for future plans. Now let's ask for directions. A la derecha means to the right. A la izquierda means to the left. Todo recto means straight ahead. Cerca means near. Lejos means far. Aquí means here. Allí means there. If someone says está cerca, they mean it's nearby. If they say está lejos, maybe prepare your walking shoes. How do you say go straight ahead in Spanish? Todo recto. Todo recto. Yes, very simple, very useful. And if someone gives you a longer explanation and your brain says absolutely not, you can politely ask, ¿Puede repetir? Can you repeat? Or más despacio, por favor, more slowly, please. How do you say to the right in Spanish? A la derecha. A la derecha. How do you say to the left in Spanish? A la izquierda. A la izquierda. Nicely done. These are short so your mouth can learn them quickly. Derecha, right. Izquierda, left. Izquierda is a bit longer, but it shows up all the time, so it's worth making friends with it. Let's build mini travel sentences. Voy al hotel. I'm going to the hotel. Llego hoy. I arrive today. Salgo mañana. I leave tomorrow. Tomo el metro. I take the subway. Busco la plaza. I'm looking for the square. Encuentro el museo. I find the museum. Buscar is to look for. Encontrar is to find. Easy to mix up, so here's a memory trick. Buscar is the search. Encontrar is the success. How do you say I'm looking for the museum in Spanish? Busco el museo. Busco el museo. Good. And if you found it, encontré el museo means I found the museum. But for today, let's keep things mostly in the present so they feel simple and useful. Now a few questions you'll probably need. ¿Hay un taxi aquí? Is there a taxi here? Hay means there is or there are. Very powerful little word. ¿Hay un baño cerca? Is there a bathroom nearby? Also very useful. Travel Spanish is not always glamorous. How do you say, is there a bus stop near here in Spanish? ¿Hay una parada de autobús cerca de aquí? ¿Hay una parada de autobús cerca de aquí? Excellent. Cerca de aquí means near here. You can swap in lots of places. ¿Hay un hotel cerca de aquí? Is there a hotel near here? Now let's put everything into a short story. First, just listen. Llego a Barcelona el martes por la mañana. Voy del aeropuerto al centro en autobús. Busco mi hotel, pero no encuentro la calle. Pregunto, ¿dónde está el hotel? Una mujer dice, todo recto y luego a la derecha. Llego al hotel a las 10 y tomo un café. Now let's go line by line. Llego a Barcelona el martes por la mañana. I arrive in Barcelona on Tuesday morning. Voy del aeropuerto al centro en autobús. I go from the airport to downtown by bus. Busco mi hotel, pero no encuentro la calle. I'm looking for my hotel, but I can't find the street. Pregunto, ¿dónde está el hotel? I ask, where is the hotel? Una mujer dice, todo recto y luego a la derecha. A woman says, straight ahead and then to the right. Llego al hotel a las 10 y tomo un café. I arrive at the hotel at 10 and have a coffee. That little story gives you a travel map in your head. Arrive, go, look for, ask, follow directions, arrive. That sequence is gold. Let's talk about a few common mistakes so you can avoid them early. First, don't use para when you simply mean to with a destination in these basic travel sentences. Say voy a Madrid, not voy para Madrid in this lesson's core pattern. Second, remember al for a plus el. Voy al aeropuerto, llego al hotel. Third, don't forget en with transport. Voy en tren, voy en taxi, voy en metro. But ir a pie is the special one. Fourth, estación can mean station, but if you need gas station, that's la gasolinera, not la estación by itself in many everyday situations. Here's another useful one for real life. If you don't understand, say no entiendo, I don't understand. If you need help, necesito ayuda, I need help. Short, clear, effective. How do you say I don't understand in Spanish? No entiendo. No entiendo. How do you say I need help in Spanish? Necesito ayuda. Necesito ayuda. Very good. Those two can rescue you almost anywhere. Now let's do a quick flowing review together. Where is the train station? ¿Dónde está la estación de tren? I need a ticket to Madrid. Necesito un billete a Madrid. What time does the bus leave? ¿A qué hora sale el autobús? I'm going to the airport. Voy al aeropuerto. Can I go on foot? ¿Puedo ir a pie? Go straight ahead. Todo recto. To the right, a la derecha. To the left, a la izquierda. You can probably feel it now. Travel Spanish is not about knowing every word. It's about having a toolkit. A few verbs, a few places, a few direction words, and a few survival phrases. Then you mix and match. One last little mental shortcut. Think of Travel Spanish in 3 moves. Move 1, location. ¿Dónde está? Move 2, movement. Voy a, voy en, llego a. Move 3, need. Necesito, puedo, I. If you remember those 3 moves, conversations become much easier. You've done a lot today, and this is useful language, the kind you can actually picture yourself saying. So next time you hear aeropuerto, estación, billete, derecha, izquierda, or autobús, your brain won't say random noise. It'll say, ah, I can use that. Keep repeating the key phrases out loud, even if you're just walking around your kitchen, like a very determined traveler. It works. You are building real, practical Spanish step by step. And honestly, getting somewhere in another language is a pretty great feeling. Nos vemos pronto. See you soon.